Anthony, what would a 6'2" guard playing at Perspectives Charter School have to say about 6'10" big man coming back home to Chicago, starting alongside LeBron James in the NBA All-Star game?
I think he would say, wow, you made it. At that point, I never thought that basketball can be a job for me, something that I always wanted as a kid, something that I dreamt of, but 6'2", ranked like 350 plus in just Chicago area. Never thought that I'd be able to sit here having this interview about being an all-star and being in the NBA. So I think, and also knowing at that time, it was doubt in my mind. Should I keep playing? What am I going to do post, high school? What college am I going to go to? And now to sit here and say that I've made it, I think he'll be very proud.
Now, because you mentioned that, I read that when you joined the Mean Streets AAU program, you thought about quitting, hanging it up, walking away. Could you even imagine your life without basketball now?
No, not at all. It's everything to me. I think at that point, being at the school I was at, not known for athletics, and to be able to go to a team where everybody on their team was the best high school player on their team. And it was at respected schools. And so for me to be at a school that wasn't respected for athletics and to go to this, travel team and thinking I was that guy because the school I was at, I was like God to them people because of they never seen one, play basketball like that before, and I go to this AU team and I wasn't the best player. I was like the bottom half, and I was like, wait, hold on, this isn't right. And so I started questioning myself and thought, was this really for me?
Has this made you reflect on your entire journey being a South Side kid to start? Now you're coming back 26 years old. You're on the best team in the Western Conference, the Los Angeles Lakers. Has it made you think about your entire journey?
Yeah, I think I got a unique journey. I think a lot of kids when they're 13, 14, 15, 16 get a lot of hype around them. And it kind of can get to them, as they go to college and start in the league because they're always around cameras. For me, it starts in my junior year. I was 17 years old, and I think it kind of helped me in a way, just because of the fact that I wasn't under so much pressure at an early age. I didn't have the cameras on me and the media around me at such a young age, so I didn't have to perform well. And if I didn't, it will eat. They could eat a kid up inside. All the pressure. And so I kind of just helped my journey, and I think it's something that's unique that a lot of kids don't get a chance to go through. We're seeing it now, with LeBron's kid, with Bronny, but like I told LeBron a while ago, I said it's unique to have a guy like, have a dad like you because you've been through it all, positive, negative, like people always criticizing you and, the stuff that you learn now, you can, instill in Bronny and it's going to make him a better person, better player. And he can just focus on, being a high school kid, as Bron say. So I think my journey is very unique, and I think it definitely helped me get to where I am today.
It's certainly not a father-son dynamic at all, perhaps brother-brother with you and LeBron, but how has playing alongside him helped you raise your game?
Just knowing that every time you go on the floor, you're playing for something. Anytime you go on the floor, you're going to get the team's best shot. Like people say, the Lakers are not that good. They're in games that they shouldn't be in, but when this team, that everybody wants to beat, you have a target on your back, you're going to get every team's best shot. And so we find ourselves in those situations a lot, especially on the road. And, learning that aspect of the game, from him and how he approaches the game. I used to be so upset and so down, when we lose a game. And he's like, man, I didn't lose, in-season series to several teams. But when the playoffs comes, it's different. And I was able to experience that, 2 times. But for a guy who's done it year after year after year after year, 8 times in a row, he's like, I'm not. If he's not worrying, I'm like, all right, we're fine. But once he started getting a little upset, and I'm like, all right, is something that we need to fix. But so I try to, lean on him as much as possible in those regards because he's been there, he's done this, and he's won multiple championships, and that's something I want to do.
Were you craving that kind of pressure for a while? Because I read that when you were in high school, your high school didn't even have its own gym.
Yeah.
You rarely had a lot of fans in the stands.
Yep.
Didn't even have a cheerleading team or anything
Yep.
like that. Playing for the Lakers, being the marquee team in the entire NBA, is that something that part of you wanted to have for a long time?
I think so. I mean, I think it, not even just like just being in a situation where I can win, and I think it kind of solidifies the player that I am. I think a lot of people say they know who I was, they saw what I was doing in New Orleans, but we didn't have that many TV games, so they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So people like, oh, I know he is, but is he really a good player? We don't really know how he performs under pressure. And so being in a situation, I think it kind of helps my case. Like, okay, well, doing the same thing he was doing in New Orleans. He's on a winning team, and I think it helps my case more. And, that's something that I wanted. I wanted to be under that pressure to see for myself, like, can I handle that?
Yeah.
Can I handle being under, the big lights and staples, getting every team's best shot, being criticized? Like, can I handle that? And me personally, I think I've been doing a great job of it.
I see where your hands resting. It's almost right on your new tattoo. It's the Kobe sheath with the Black Mamba surrounding it. You told me when we were in Sacramento that you'd never got an in-season tattoo before. Why was it important for you to honor him with that ink?
Like I said, every tattoo on me is meaningful. And when I first got, not even before I got in the league, went to the USA team, and Kobe was the first guy that like talked to me and I hung out with. Like, Kobe was like, well, I was Kobe's guy. He was like, I'm taking you under my wing. And I just saw this picture the other day. Me and Kobe is sitting together in the cafeteria of the Olympic Village, and we're eating McDonald's. Just like my face is stuffed with like chicken nuggets, and he got like a burger center, and we just laughing, taking pictures. Like, and so he was the first guy that I kind of fell into with basketball. Showed me how to be a professional. Showed me how to work. How to look professional. Coming out of college, all we wore was sweatsuits.
Right.
So they were like, we have a team dinner, and I just traveled with a whole bunch of sweatsuits. And I came down in a USA sweatsuit, and he like jumped me. Why you got this on? And I was like, I didn't know. Like, everybody got like all this fly stuff on, and I just got a sweatsuit. And that's how I knew, how to be professional, how to dress. And he just kind of took me under his wing and just showed me the ways. And that whole trip, whole month and a half, he just kind of talked to me, and I kind of leaned on him for advice. And it's just crazy how I'm here now playing for the Lakers, where he built his legacy on the floor. Yeah. And so I just thought it was, something to honor him, and something that I can always remember the times that we had, and like how I really got started in NBA life. And then it's crazy after that, like Bron it was like Bron was next.
Guy, right?
So, it was like him, Bron, and Tyson. Those were the three guys that kind of took me under their wing.
Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler. And so it was just something that I just felt like, I wanted to, remember him by, and something that I can always look at and say that was my guy.
Let's do a quick Chicago quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how much I know.
Well, it's more your preferences, right,
Okay.
when it comes to Chicago. Kanye West or Chance the Rapper?
I got to go with Kanye. Only reason I go with Kanye because I never really listened to Chance. And Ye's been, since I've been in college, I've been listening to Ye. So I gotta go with Kanye. Yeah.
Okay. How about the view of Lake Michigan from Navy Pier, or the view of the city from Willis Tower? Everyone calls it the Sears Tower.
Sears Tower, yeah. I gotta say Lake Michigan. One, you at the Navy Pier. You at Navy Pier, which is unbelievable, phenomenal. I'm not sure now because it's gonna be pretty cold, but I think the view just of Lake Michigan is something that's like so beautiful, and it's probably frozen right now. It is, right?
So,
probably,
yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, the city view is nice, but I always love seeing the backdrop of Lake Michigan.
How about Giordano's Pizza or Portillo's hot
Giordano's,
dogs?
it don't even matter. I don't care what the other one is. Giordano, I'm a Giordano's
No
guy.
hot dogs?
I'm a pizza connoisseur. I am a Giordano's guy.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to Chicago, it can be a back-to-back. We go in for an hour, whatever. I got to get Giordano's.
Okay. I figured you were going to say that. How about 95, 96 Bulls with Scotty, Michael, Rodman, or 71, 72 Lakers, Wilt, Jerry West, Gil Goodrich?
Well, I'm going to go 95, 96 Bulls because I don't really know. I never watched.
That Lakers team won 69 games,
yeah,
33 wins in a row.
Yeah, but like you said, this goes back to being a Chicago guy and hearing my parents, really my pops and his little crew, his friends talk about the Bulls and Jordan. So, I got a chance to kind of live in that without actually seeing them.
What's your role on the Lakers?
My role is to be a leader, be a leader alongside LeBron and help this team, get as many wins and try to reach our goal, which is to win the championship. We have a lot of work to do. I have to make sure I lead by example. On the floor, my role starts with, being the defensive anchor. And when I'm on the floor, get everyone talking, make sure I'm talking. I try not to. The offense, I like to take care of itself, but the times where you see me upset, when everyone was asking me last night, like, AD, what's wrong with you? It was because of defense. I look back at we just played some game, I can't remember.
Houston.
And I think that's worth 30 in every quarter. And it was just like, I was frustrated, because I know the type of defensive team we can be. I take pride in defense, and I want the other guys to take pride on defense. I said it about Bron. I want him to be on all defensive team, and that's where I start every game. On the defensive end, like our offense might not be clicking, we can't control the ball going to the basket, but we control our energy and effort on the defensive end. And so, anytime you see me frustrated on a bench or with this look on my face, it's probably because of defense. I want us to be a great defensive team, because you always hear the old cliche, defense win championships, and if that's true, then I want to make sure we give ourselves a damn good chance.
You mentioned the look on your face. You're kind of a low-key guy, but I feel like your facial expressions say a lot.
say a lot.
Like, have your teammates picked up on that yet?
What? Like when I got a facial expressions, I'm a Pisces and Doe's a Pisces, and Doe be like, "What's up, Pisces?" Because we give these looks, and Bron, like, I'm not talking to you when you got that look on your face, and guys just know. But like I said, I'm not a guy to say much, but I just I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I just if something's going on, I just let it out by emotion. And they're like, "AD, what's wrong?" Kobe like, "AD, what's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Nothing. Cause I just let me calm down, let me, get my emotions together. But like I tell them all the time, I say if I'm mad, it's because of defense. Or if I'm missing free throws or something like that. But it's 9 times out of 10 it's because of defense, and they know that. And so, it's funny because last night I was upset and I sat on the bench. At the end of the first, I think they had 30 points in the first quarter. Yeah. And AB sitting next to me, he was like, "You good, bro?" And I'm just staring at the court. And he I can feel him staring at me. And AB like, "AD, you good?" I said, "Yeah, bro, I'm good." He said, "No, you're not. We're not playing defense, huh?" And he already knew. Yeah. And this come from a defensive guy, too. Right. And I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "They got 30 points in it, and we not playing no defense." And he was like, "I got you, bro. I got you." So, Guys know, but like I said, they're just holding our team to a standard, knowing the defensive team we can be.
You got about 30 more games to make your case. Are you the Defensive Player of the Year?
That's for you guys. I mean, I try to do, the best I can. I saw Perk, he tweeted something out, and he screenshot and texted to me and said, now go get it. So I just try to go out there and, no matter the matchup, I feel like I can guard 1 through 5. We can switch it all, switch everything at pick and rolls. I just try to, like I said, I take pride in my defense, and I won't, nobody scoring on me. But at the same time, knowing players are going to make tough shots. And if I can make you shoot a tough shot and it goes in, hats off to you. But I don't want to give you anything easy. And I think my biggest challenge this year was Russ, because he was in the groove and he's coming down. And I saw a stat, he had 12 points, 6 for 8 shooting on me. And like 12 points not a lot, but I don't like the 6 for 8.
Efficiency, right?
Yeah, I was kind of upset by that. So Russ, next time we see him, I gotta lock that up. And me and Russ is we're super close. And so he knows how I feel about that.
You got something in store.
Yeah. So, but I try to take pride in my defense, and you can't really shut down a player in this league, but try to contain them as much as possible and make it tough on them.
Are you the best player on the Lakers?
I think I'm up there. I mean, I see the things that this guy, LeBron, does. What is he, 35?
35.
35, year 17. It's unreal. And every time I mess with him, like, man, you getting old, man. Earlier this year, he had a dunk on a break, and it was like something so simple. And I told him, I was like, man, that's a 3. And so when he did the same dunk that Kobe did,
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what he did. He came to me
Double
after the
clutch
game.
reverse.
Yeah, he came to me after the game and said, yeah, that was an 8.5, wasn't it? And I didn't know what he was talking about. He was like, early in the year, he told me I had a 3. He said, so next time I got a fast break, it was going. And I was like, all right, you getting there? He was like, yeah, I'm not old yet. And so, we joke about it. But the things, he does in year 17 at 35 still amazes me. So I'll give it to him right now.
But you're doing your job motivating him.
I'm doing my job motivating him, which means I'm the best motivator on the team.
So I talked to some of your teammates, told them I was going to talk to you, and I was like, what should I ask him? And Quinn Cook's like, well, ask him about how I bust his butt in Madden. Contavious Caldwell-Pope told me he never turns down a meal.
No, he never.
What should we know about you? What do we don't know about? What do we not know about Anthony Davis yet?
I think I know everything. I mean, I like to be around my teammates, man. It's fun. Like, it's one of the most fun teams I've been on and off the floor. We're very close, super close. Our chemistry is very, very high. And all these guys, man, they in it for the right reasons. No one has their own personal agenda. Everybody wants to win. Everyone on the team loves each other. Usually on teams you have all right, these guys hang out with each other. Like, we're still close, but they got their own crew. Here, I can call any one of the guys on the team, like, yo, you want to go get food? And we feel comfortable with each other, like, yeah, let's, sure. Everybody's always down. So, which I never had that before on the team. And if we do something, all the guys, like, all right, we're there. Like, if someone has an event, everybody's there. It makes you feel comfortable with the guys that you're in the locker room with. So
you've really pushed through injuries this year. It was something that kind of was against your reputation in New Orleans, but you've had the shoulder, you've had some knick-knack stuff, you had a really hard fall against the Knicks. What's it like to have a really painful injury, like the hard fall against the Knicks, have it diagnosed as a gluteus maximus contusion, and then spend time on social media?
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. I tried to get the medical team to change that as quickly as possible, but it was already out there. Which even wasn't like my gluteus maximus. It was like my tailbone, like the spine. Yeah, like kind of so, but
lower back.
Oh man, I got killed. The team, the players. Hey, D. Hazard. I was like.
I used bruised backside.
Yeah,
trying to be classy about it.
All my friends back home was they killed me, but like I said, you can't laugh at yourself,
Sure.
So it that was a killer for sure.
All right, how does a guy with Barbershop 3 and Space Jam 2 on his IMDb page fit in at a Vanity Fair Oscars party?
It was that party was fun. I was actually reluctant to go, but you know, Rich was like, "We gotta
Rich
gotta
Paul,
do
your
it."
agent.
Rich Paul, my agent, was like, "You gotta do it," and I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it." And it was a cool event, and he told me, he was like, "Usually, you know, you're at an event that's basketball based, you know, surrounded all around basketball," and he was like, "Now you're in their world," and because I was walking around, people were like, "Oh, hey, AD." It's just like, I'm like, man, it's crazy. Nobody want to take pictures. And he was like, yeah, you're not you right now. You know, you're in their world. And so it was different. It was cool to kind of be in a different world, different space with all those amazing people. And I'm glad I went. I got a chance to meet a lot of people. People that I see, like I was like a fan. I'll watch movies and be like, wait, I'm like, yo, I don't know her real name,
okay.
but I was like, she's a Valkyrie on the Avengers, like that's her. And she turned around, looked and I was like, yo, she just looked at me like it was, you know. So I was like, wait, that was the guy who played on Wedding Ring. I was just naming people left and right. So it was fun to kind of be like a fan for a moment and just kind of be in that space.
Doing my research, I saw you at a 50-point quadruple double when you were in high school. So you're really not doing anything in the league yet. I mean,
no.
That's the standard. You got to get up to that.
I don't know how I got that. We were playing a school called Juarez, and it just happened. Like, I never really kept track of stats because it was just we didn't have score sheets. Okay. So it was always like, all right, a guy's at the table with a book, and and then when the book closed, like, so I had to like, how much I have, how many points, like, you don't know. So my dad started just like keeping track of stats. Like, okay, well, let's keep track. And I don't know if he kind of like added a couple rebounds or blocks or something, but he said I had a 52-point quadruple double. So
pretty good night.
Yeah, so he ended up telling like the Sun-Times, Chicago Sun-Times, and we kind of just like ran with it. Because I was like, my pops is not gonna lie to me about that, and you know, something that I can probably say that I got.
So we'll keep in Chicago as we finish this out. 2011, McDonald's All-American game is at the United Center.
Yep.
How does that, you know, basically all-star game for the high school best players in the country compare to the NBA all-star game you're about to play?
I think it's fun. You know, being back home, I think this one would be similar because I'm back at home, back in the United Center. It was the first all-star game that I ever been a part of. You know, it was with some guys I was going to college with. Quinn was there with me, you know, great friend of mine. And I kind of just, first time I had my family there and friends that just supported me and got to play on a huge stage.
First time was ever a sellout for the McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, and it was the first time I played in the United Center, the first time I got a chance to, first time my family came and watched me play. They never came to my high school games, so it was a cool moment for me, you know, leading into Kentucky and getting used to that environment, used to that crowd, where everyone's cheering for you. I think the ovation that I got was very greatly appreciated, being from Chicago and playing there, and it was a lot of fun.
The biggest game of your high school season was when your high school was split up into two campuses, and you guys would play one another. How did that prep you for Lakers Clippers?
It did. I think, man, it's, you know, obviously the other school was better than us. I had to kind of like rally some guys to come play. But, you know, it's always good to have a rivalry. I'm not sure the Lakers Clippers is a rivalry yet, but it's definitely
competitive.
It's definitely competitive. You know, two teams who, you know, going after the same goal, two teams who feel like they're better than the other. You know, same town. I could say the city split, but you know, just to be, you know, to have a debate, but and it makes it fun. I mean, you want that. You know, I always wanted a rivalry. Like, I mean, obviously Kentucky, Louisville, but we only play once a year. Where here we're gonna play 4 times, and then you meet in the playoffs 4 times or 7 times. Let's see who's better. Let's line them up. So it's a fun rivalry, and I think going back to high school, having that rivalry and going against the other campus, Calumet, it was like, all right, because everybody came to that game, and actually that's the first game Coach Cal came and saw me play. So now it's like, all right, Coach Cal here, and then come back to this rivalry with the Lakers Clippers. All right, you got Denzel and whoever else is courtside, and you a whole bunch of fans split. Like, all right, this is gonna be fun. So it prepared me very well for it.
So finally, you're going back home. All the NBA is coming with you.
Yep.
You're a California guy now, but it's going to be wind chill of -10.
Can't do it.
So what are you going to tell people to
Can't
stay
do it.
warm?
I don't know what to tell them because I lived in New Orleans 7 years where, warm weather, and come to the West Coast, warm weather. I haven't been in cold weather unless I'm going on the road for a game. So I don't think I'm ready for it. And just got to bring a big jacket, gloves, scarf, hat, I was telling the story yesterday. It was so cold in Chicago, you had to put a hood on, tied up, hands in your pocket, in your jacket or whatever, and you have to walk backwards because the wind would be blowing so hard it hit your face, and it can hurt your face, like it's stinging. So that's the solution. If it's too cold where you can't walk forward and see, walk backwards and look over your shoulder.
Good idea. Thanks,
Perfect.
Anthony.
Always.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.